So when Jared and I were getting together to do our, to pick who was going to be presenting for Ignite DC, there was something called the column in our spreadsheet called the X Factor. And Pat falls into the X Factor simply from the title of his presentation alone, which is Mittens Movie Typer. We were like, what is this? This is bizarre. And I think the picture you submitted was of a cat with your face superimposed on it. Right, oh, that was, I'm sorry. Anyways, it's amazing, and he looked like a very interesting proposal, so we decided to put him in Ignite DC. And Pat is a Washington native. He works at the Library of Congress, and the Washington Post has called him a talented, if quirky, photographer. Pat Padua.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you, Jacob, for the segment. I want to talk about old tools. How many of you are tweeting tonight? I see. I'm sure many of you are tweeting or updating your Facebook status from a device that's in your pocket, your cell phone, your library, your iPod. But it used to take more effort to send messages. The process was noisy and at times messy, and even a portable device such as this hardly fits in your pocket. When we tweet from the convenience of our iPhone, we butcher our words less carefully. As a corrective to the instant messaging we take for granted today, I've adapted one of the more time-consuming methods of creating text to the modern communications model. Mittens movie typers were produced by a company out of Redland, California, and were one of a number of products that were aimed at the consumer home movie market. Incidentally, most of the film Hell Night, starring Linda Blair and Vincent Van Patten, was also filmed in Redlands. The Mittens kits, what you see here is printed inside the box top, consisted of a bunch of plastered letters that were fixed to a baseboard, either with pins attached to the backs of the letters or with a dominant Mittens sticker. The amateur filmmaker used Mittens to create titles for their films, either on a closed baseboard or on a background of their own devising. And you can see how they would light and align the titles with the camera. As you can see, the distribution of Mittens letters is not unlike the distribution of letters in Scrabble, the downside being that there is no double, triple bingo for quixotic. I've acquired a number of these sets on eBay. Nobody seems to want them for some reason, so they go cheap. And some of the baseboards left an intriguing record of the last time they were used and when Mittens were popular. There are any number of reasons why someone would take the time to lay out inch-high plaster letters for texting, but the most compelling of these would seem to be acute obsessive-compulsive disorder. Thank you. There are downsides to using Mittens, especially for the time-sensitive content that makes up most tweets. And as you can see, this is not an efficient means of communicating urgent matters. Words can't hurt you, but Mittens can. Repeated use of these letters causes the plaster that they're made of to flake and accumulate, and that reminds you that cell phone and BlackBerry messages seldom, if ever, require cleanup afterward. The prosaic and mundane activities of our daily lives can be well suited to this old-fashioned medium. Ironically, the package I was waiting for here was the latest release of Photoshop. These are actual status updates I posted to Facebook of photo upload. Light and shadow variations you see here express subtleties of emotion and meaning, or just what I was able to throw together when I was bored. But I've used Mittens movie titles for more than just status updates. I write slogans, reveling in the concrete authority that plaster capitals gives to ephemeral phrases. Jenny Holzer, eat your heart out. Sometimes I pretend I'm working in the press room of a 20th century newspaper, setting type for the motion picture listings, and I hope you did get to catch Last Chance Harvey. And I've also gone beyond the two-dimensional baseboard and have begun to develop a narrative in 3 dimensions. The doll, by the way, is my niece's, and its name is Hannah Montana, which incidentally also must end on Thursday. An entire karaoke video comprised of Mittens plaster letters is currently in the works. Join me in song. Sometimes when we touch this event, your LOLs or OMGs or OMG, he just asked us to LOL. WTF would be appreciated at this time. And have those smiles. And thanks very much for your time. My photos will be at our attic on the 9th floor. It's coming. Look for the 6 yards of Red Bull.